Good evening. Welcome to California Today. I'm David Zhang. Here is a preview of some of today's top stories. As July 4th approaches, police departments are working hard to crack down on illegal explosives. And while doing so in Southern California, officers made a concerning discovery. A California state agency has just published the new state income limits for assisted housing and welfare programs. But the standards for what the state considers low income is raising some eyebrows. Southern California scientists are reporting hundreds of sick sea animals along the coast. They say a toxic algae bloom is to blame. Just today, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department confirmed that the human remains found by recreational hikers near Mount Baldy over the weekend are that of the English actor Julian Sands. The 65-year-old actor was reported missing back in January after embarking on a hike near Mount Baldy. The mountains were caught in this year's heavy winter storms. Sands' family describe him as an avid hiker and nature lover. He's best known for roles in films like A Room with a View, Warlock, and Arachnophobia. With the 4th of July being around the corner, a concerning discovery was made last night in one Southern California neighborhood. This raised serious safety concerns for the neighborhood, city, and county. NTD's Christina Corona has more on the story.
This time of year, we all love fireworks and those colorful, professional pyrotechnic displays. But something we should all be aware of are the dangers surrounding illegal fireworks. Monday night, authorities tell us they received a tip regarding illegal fireworks at a residence located on the 1400 block of West Evans Street in San Bernardino. Officers responded to the call and discovered an abundance of illegal fireworks inside the home. One San Bernardino police officer told us 5,000 pounds of illegal fireworks were seized. At the residence, officers tell us they also uncovered multiple kegs of black powder, a substance utilized in the production of fireworks. In response to the investigation, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department promptly dispatched a bomb squad unit for assistance, and one man was arrested during the investigation. Similarly, many residents in Northern California's city of San Jose have expressed concerns as they've seen professional-grade fireworks over the past few nights. Their worry stems from the potential danger of these fireworks striking their homes and possibly causing damage. Jeff Levine, a Roosevelt Park Neighborhood Association president, said, "I'm a prisoner here because I have to watch my house and the immediate neighborhood because we've had trees set on fire." The San Jose Fire Department is on high alert as residents have been setting off illegal fireworks almost every night, creating a dangerous situation for the community. Fortunately, thousands of pounds of illegal fireworks have been taken off of the street. One person is in custody, and once again, a reminder from the San Bernardino Police Department, illegal fireworks are banned citywide. Christina Corona, NTD News, San Bernardino.
Speaking of arrests, in San Diego, a recent report has shown that more than half of all arrested adults had tested positive for methamphetamine. Additionally, the report shows that arrestees have also abused prescription drugs. Let's take a look.
In 2022, more than half of all adults arrested in the San Diego region tested positive for methamphetamine. That's according to a report released on June 23rd by the San Diego Association of Governments, or SANDAG. According to the findings, the positive rate of meth use in 2022 was 55% for female arrestees and 52% for males. The report also found that 77% of males and 75% of females surveyed tested positive for at least one illicit substance. Octavio Rodriguez, SANDAG principal criminal justice researcher, says, quote, "An important characteristic of this report is looking at the underlying factors and needs these arrestees have that can help prevent rearrests. Continuing efforts gather information on mental health issues, housing status, and employment is crucial to further understand how these impact one's likelihood to struggle with substance use." Additionally, according to arrestee interviews, a total of 49% of arrestees reported they had abused prescription drugs such as tranquilizers and fentanyl. Other findings include 40% of those arrested self-reported that they had been diagnosed with a mental health disorder, 65% reported they have experienced homelessness, and 29% reported they had committed a crime to support their drug use.
Now to the state capitol, where California's governor just announced a new $311 billion budget to cover $32 billion deficit without touching reserves. However, Republicans criticized the budget plan as unsustainable and project multi-billion-dollar deficits over the next few years. NTD's David Lamb reports.
California is the U.S.'s most populous state, and unfortunately, it has challenges such as dealing with homelessness, rampant theft, and drug abuse. With that, money and funds is an issue. California Governor Gavin Newsom and lawmakers on Monday agreed on how to spend nearly $311 billion over the next year for California's budget. Newsom said this covers the nearly $32 billion budget deficit without dipping into the state's savings, while, quote, preserving historic investments in public education, healthcare, climate, and public safety. In the past few years, the state has had over a combined $100 billion surplus, which went into government expansion. But this year, revenues slowed down, reportedly due to inflated prices and stock market struggles. To cover the overspending, the budget cuts about $8 billion in spending, while delaying other spending and shifting expenses to other funds. The plan would borrow $6.1 billion and would set aside $37.8 billion in reserves, the most ever. However, Republicans criticize the plan as unsustainable. They say the proposed budget could leave the state in a multi-billion-dollar deficit over the next few years. They added the state's gas tax is scheduled to increase on Saturday, an automatic adjustment tied to inflation. Republicans have repeatedly tried to halt those increases, but to no avail. The governor also talked about investing in public transit, addressing homelessness, and adding tax credits for those that manufacture computer chips and in the clean energy industry. It's expected to be voted on Tuesday. David Lamb, NTD News, California.
California state agencies just published the new state income limits for 2023. But these latest standards on what is considered low income in many counties across the state are raising eyebrows. Here's more. Each year, the California Department of Housing and Community Development publishes annual tables of income limits for housing costs that may be charged to eligible residents, oftentimes based on their annual income. Now, this year's numbers are hitting new highs across almost 58 counties in California. The income limits are calculated annually based on federal guidelines and surveys of a local area median income, or AMI. The commonly used income categories are as follows. 0 to 80% of the AMI is generally considered in the lower income bracket. Based on that, here is what's considered low income for a single-person household in major counties. The low income limit in San Francisco and San Mateo County is above 6-figure.
California is the most expensive state in the United States. In a household, you have to have like 3-4 salaries now to make it in California.
According to a report released by the National Low-Income Housing Coalition, California ranks number 1 in the U.S. as the most expensive state to rent housing. To afford a 2-bedroom house at the current fair market rate in the state, someone would need to earn $42.25 an hour, or about $88,000 a year. The rising cost of living has been a key factor for people to relocate to other states. Inflation and lack of housing in general have also played a major part since 2020. David Zhang, NTD News, Santa Clara, California. Hundreds of marine mammals along the Southern California coast have gotten sick or died this month due to toxic algae bloom. Scientists are urging people to avoid direct contact and call rescue organizations if they spot a sick sea animal.
According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, toxic algae blooms along the Southern California coast are causing sickness and even death among marine mammals. The rapid growth of the algae causes the production of a neurotoxin called domoic acid. It leads to animals who normally live in the water to come up on the shoreline and get stranded. The Channel Islands Marine and Wildlife Institute has documented over 1,000 reports of sick and dead marine mammals from June 8th through June 14th. David Karen, a biology professor at the University of Southern California, said the blooms can pose a danger to humans as well. People can become sick if they consume fish packed with the toxins. Karen said the marine creatures may become aggressive because of the toxins. He suggests people should avoid them and call rescue organizations. The experts have saved some animals by capturing them, feeding them, and giving them liquids until they can flush the toxins out of their systems.
We'll take a short break now, but here's a look at what we have for you when we come back. In more marine animal news, a new study finds that sharks are constantly swimming near people. But the good news is humans aren't normally on their menu. A new In-N-Out location is under construction in Southern California. The new spot will feature Spanish mission architecture. And a 12-year-old recently graduated college. The young student's parents credit her success to tenacity and limited social media access. Those stories and more coming up on California Today. Welcome back to California Today. I'm your host, David Zhang. A new research shows that some beaches in California always have great white sharks swimming near people. But humans aren't on the menu for the sharks. As long as people aren't harassing them, it's still safe to swim in those waters.
After 2 years of drone surveillance, the California State University Long Beach Shark Lab published a new study on June 2nd. It shows that some beaches in California always have great white sharks swimming near people. Beaches in Carpinteria of Santa Barbara County and San Diego County's Del Mar had the most encounters. Those in Solana Beach and Coronado in San Diego County had the second most. Researchers told the Epoch Times great white sharks in Southern California used to only frequent beaches during the summer, when the water was warmer. Now, as water temperatures have risen in recent years, the number of shark encounters has also gone up, but shark attacks have not increased. According to the study, surfers, swimmers, and paddleboarders past the break of the waves were typically seen closest to the sharks. Patrick Rex, a research field technician, said more than 50% of the time, sharks were within 100 yards of the wave break. But researchers say typically sharks are not interested in people. They're usually just checking them out and becoming aware of their environment as they grow up.
An examination of a locally famous mountain lion P22 determined that the cat was suffering from multiple severe injuries when it died. Among those injuries was exposure to rodent poison. Here's more on the story.
Based on a necropsy of the famed mountain lion P22, veterinary pathologists were able to determine that the big cat was suffering from health complications. These include multiple severe injuries and chronic conditions, according to state wildlife officials on June 14th. P22 is also known as the Hollywood cat. It was euthanized December 17th after being examined by wildlife officials. Veterinarians at the San Diego Zoo confirmed injuries to his head and right eye. This is consistent with reports that the mountain lion was hit by a car before his capture. The cat was also exposed to rodent poison, but he showed no symptoms of poisoning. Finally, he also had an incurable kidney disease and arthritis. The cat is most famous for crossing both the San Diego and Ventura freeways into the Griffith Park area. He defied all expectations and survived for more than 10 years in his 9-square-mile home. His range was the smallest ever recorded for an adult male mountain lion, and he was one of the oldest lions tracked by the National Park Service.
The City Council in San Clemente has approved a new program that will improve roadway safety. City officials are hoping the program will reduce traffic fatalities and injuries for its residents.
The San Clemente City Council approved on June 6th a new program that will identify road improvements for traffic safety. This will qualify the city to apply for further state and federal grants for its road infrastructure improvements. In 2020, the city received a grant and contracted with a planning and design consultancy firm to identify high-impact areas of the city's roadways that needed the most improvement. At the May meeting, city staff informed the commission that the consultancy identified multiple high-risk street segments and intersections in 2021. But city officials say the consultant's work was preliminary and that additional funding will be needed in order to conduct a more in-depth analysis for future roadway projects. The city currently has city transportation and pedestrian plans, but they have not been updated since 2016.
More on city roads and traffic. The Los Angeles City Council approved a new regulation to implement a speed limit of 15 miles per hour near schools. The move is part of an effort to enhance public safety after a string of accidents.
The Los Angeles City Council voted unanimously on June 23rd to implement a 15 miles per hour speed limit on various streets near 45 schools in the city. LA Police Department officers will enforce the speed limit. The department estimates it will cost approximately $150,000 to purchase and install the signs near the schools. According to the LA Department of Transportation, the California Vehicle Code defines a school zone with the default speed limit of 25 miles per hour, but it also allows a local authority to set a speed limit within the school zone that is lower than the speed limit in the surrounding neighborhood. This reduced speed limit would only apply while children are going to or leaving school.
In-N-Out enthusiasts will soon be able to enjoy eating at a new location in Southern California. The architectural theme will be a Spanish Mission Revival style in order to complement its new city location. Enthusiasts of the popular fast food chain In-N-Out will soon be able to enjoy eating at its new location in San Juan Capistrano. According to the City Agenda report, the architectural theme will be a Spanish Mission Revival style to, quote, complement the traditional and historic character of the city. The burger shop is currently being built on a former Marie Callender restaurant site and will include a single-lane drive-through and mission-style roof columns, archways, domes, stucco walls, and a flower bed. Mike Abbate, the chain's assistant vice president for real estate and development, told the Orange County Register that the construction and preparation could take 8 to 9 months before the restaurant is officially open. The new branch is located at 31791 Del Obispo Street and will be the second In-N-Out location in the city and the second in Orange County to adopt the mission style. And to wrap up the evening, a 12-year-old Californian recently graduated college with a 4.0 GPA. The proud parents credit their daughter's success to tenacity, homeschooling, and a ban on social media. Let's take a look.
Palmdale residents Roderick and Blanca Curry are proud parents to their 12-year-old daughter, Fiona, who just graduated college with a 4.0 GPA. Both parents immigrated to the United States in their teens, Roderick from Scotland and Blanca from Mexico, in search of success for themselves and their future children. And on June 6, their daughter Fiona graduated from a 3-year program at Los Angeles City College with an associate degree in studio arts at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles. Roderick told the Epoch Times, quote, "I think Fiona is a shining example of what can be accomplished with enough determination and perseverance. She learned to read and write very quickly, and she was especially talented when it came to music and art." The Currys enrolled Fiona in public school when she turned 5, but were disappointed by the school's inability to, quote, handle gifted students like her. After attending 4th and 5th grade in public elementary school, her parents pulled her out and turned to homeschooling and enrolled her in a dual enrollment program at the LA Community College District. Despite all her achievements, her parents have worked hard to find the right balance between study and recreation. The Currys set time limits and monitor her cell phone use to make sure her engagement is age-appropriate and banned all social media accounts. At her graduation ceremony, Fiona received a standing ovation and was recognized by the college president for being the youngest ever graduate at the school's 94-year history. After completing college in 2024, Fiona plans to transfer to a university to continue her studies with goals of becoming a digital artist or animator.
Now let's check in with NTD's Tyler Castillo for our sports roundup.
Thanks, David. Here's your sports roundup for today. I'm Tyler Castillo.
Last night, the NHL awards ceremony took place. In the ceremony, we saw the LA Kings' Anze Kopitar win the Lady Byng Trophy. The trophy is handed out annually to the player that represents the best sportsmanship, gentlemanly conduct, and ability, which is voted upon from the league. The James Norris Trophy is handed out annually to the best all-around defenseman. The San Jose Sharks' Erik Karlsson is the official winner. Erik Karlsson is the 9th defenseman to win the award 3 times and is only the 2nd defenseman in Sharks history to win the award, the other being Brent Burns. When Karlsson was asked what was different from this Norris to the previous ones he won, he had this to say.
Different. I'm a lot older now. I have, 2 small kids, and I've gone through a lot in my life that I didn't have when I first won when I was 21. So it means a lot. I think that I can grasp everything around it and appreciate things that come with it a little bit differently than maybe I did when I was 21 and whatever the other one was, 23 or something like that. It's a long time ago. So I'm just very, very joyful right now, I think. And, like I said, I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can, but at the same time, I'm probably more excited about the future.
Definitely an icing on the cake for Karlsson. Congratulations to all the trophy recipients. In preparation for the NHL draft tomorrow, teams have already started to make some moves around the league. Let's go and review some of these moves. The Los Angeles Kings have made a huge trade, acquiring Pierre-Luc Dubois from the Winnipeg Jets, giving up Gabriel Velarde, Alex Iafallo, Rasmus Kupari, and a 2024 second-round pick. Dubois was a 3rd overall pick back in the 2016 draft, and this past year in Winnipeg, he put up 63 points in 73 games, which led to him reportedly signing an 8-year, $8.5 million contract right before he got traded to LA. The Anaheim Ducks and San Jose Sharks have made a trade together where the Sharks trade their minor league affiliates captain Andrew Agozzino in exchange for Anaheim Andre Schuster signing rights. Agozzino put up 61 points in 63 games for the Barracuda. The San Jose Sharks have traded a 2023 6th-round pick in exchange for New Jersey Devils goalie Mackenzie Blackwood's signing rights. The move was made to compensate for the Sharks not expecting to keep James Reimer during free agency. This past season, Blackwood went 10-6-2 with a 3.20 goals against average and a .893 save percentage.
And that was the sports roundup for today. I'm Tyler Castillo. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Tyler, and that's all we've got for you tonight. We would like you to join us again on California Today every weekday at 8 p.m. Make sure to check out our broadcasts at ntd.com/California-today. You can also find all of our top latest clips there, ready to share with friends and family. Send us a message on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Gunjin World, or through our email, california.today@ntd.com. I'm David Zhang. Have a wonderful evening.